Targets. How to train your dog to get a sustained nose target on an object.
Getting your dog to be able to target an object with their nose is a really useful skill. Let me put that out of the way, because it can move our dog around without luring with a piece of food. So it gives us another option rather than luring to use. So it's kind of one of our basic foundation skills. So you can get lovely specific dog targets, which are telescopic poles with coloured balls on the end and that kind of thing. They're absolutely brilliant. Some of them have got an inbuilt clicker to mark with, which are really cool. Clickers are great for marking this sort of thing because it gives you a really precise marker. I'm not using one just because I'm the sort of person that tends to leave clickers lying around and then I can never find one when I need one. So I'm just going to use a marker word, which is yes. And that's the word that tells my dog you've done the right thing, a piece of food is about to happen. So this is Memphis. He's not done a huge amount of this before. He's a little bit of a worrier. So new objects are a little bit concerning for him. He doesn't do anything very quickly and he thinks about everything very deeply. So you might have a much more animated dog, which in many ways is going to be easier to work with because they could offer a nose touch straight away, which makes it easier. You can just mark and reward it. The downside that you might get with a dog that's very active is they might try to bite the target rather than just put their nose on it. And I'll tell you how to deal with that in just a second. So I've got, you can use anything for your target. I'm using this blue spatula. I could use a wooden spoon, a fly swatter, or I could get a special dog target. So I'm going to start by putting a piece of high value food on the thing I want him to target and just letting him eat that off there. You can also use a ball launcher for this actually. The only thing is you don't want your dog to have any prior associations of other things happening with the ball launcher, or else it'll all go horribly wrong. So I just do that twice, put the target behind my back, and I'm just going to bring it out. Yes. And what I did then is I marked as he started to move towards it. And that's what you're going to do, particularly if you've got a bitey dog, because you need to mark and reward before they get the opportunity to bite the object. Try that again. Yes. And notice when I give the food, I'm giving it right in front of the target so that I'm still increasing the value of that target. So put it away again. Yes. So with that one, he didn't do it first time. So that's okay. We just put it away and we started again. Did you find a little freebie there, mate? Yes. And that's all I'm going to be doing this session. I'm going to keep the sessions quite short for him. He's quite a pressure sensitive dog. And at this stage, I might decide to do something else anyway. So just to give him a little bit of a break. So I'm just going to throw a piece of food away so he can release the pressure and he can do something else. So if I had a dog that loved playing with toys, I might play with a toy at this point and then to do a little bit more later. Now, as I said at the start, I want a sustained nose touch. So I want that nose to stay there. So how do we get from where I am now to there? Well, once I've got him touching with his nose every single time, what I might do is get one nose touch and not mark and reward it. And he'll be thinking, well, hang on a minute, that usually works. Why didn't that work this time? Didn't you notice what I did? So he might touch it again, bring his head away and bring it back in again. So I'm getting 2 touches. And at that point, I'm going to mark and reward. And then I might keep doing that. Then I might ask for 3 touches before I mark and reward. And as this goes on, because dogs are really efficient creatures, what will happen is instead of going, why didn't you reward me? I'll bring my head away and bring it back forward again. I'm actually just going to keep my head there until you notice that I've done the thing. And that's how you're going to start getting a much more steady and sustained touch.